going to have fun tonight.
We are.
Undoubtedly, yes. Oh, you have a fun name. I don't even have a fun name. I'm going to have to get a fun name now.
You are.
I can't get a fun name.
Why?
It would be racially insensitive. As I sip on my cup of tea. Anyway, hi.
Hello.
How we all doing, guys? Welcome to another It's a Wonderful Watch-Along, as we like to call them. We're watching Coming to America tonight. Not just because Coming to America. Hello, Billy. How are you?
Hi, Billy.
Not just because Coming to America is coming out like this year, apparently, isn't it? Is it this year?
So.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What a new movies don't exist. But also, we've been talking a lot of world
leaders, presidents, and the like.
Presidents throughout January on Morgan Hasn't Seen and on some Patreon things as well. And actually, on the last watch along was a presidential movie, was Air Force One.
Yes, and Steve suggested this one, so we thought it was a brilliant idea.
He suggested this one actually on the last watch along, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Of course he did. So I hope that anybody that is here is gonna have fun. Maybe watching Coming to America with us, because look, it's what a phenomenal community watch. Billy needs a laugh. Billy, we will give you a laugh.
Yes.
If you would care to join us in a watching of Coming to America. or you don't even have to watch the movie. Just watch us watching Coming to America. That's sometimes what people do, isn't it? They don't even have to watch the movie themselves. They just put this on in the back and it just works. But we'll be here. We'll be here for anybody that needs us today. That's the goal. Here, cup of tea, nice movie. What more do you want? What more do you don't need any more than that.
I got very fancy with my snacks since we're talking royalty.
Oh, you've not gone for some sort of fake African nation themed cocktail?
No, I don't have a Zamunda seltzer.
Is that an actual thing? I feel like it probably is.
Probably, I guess I can make it up. No, I've made myself a mimosa.
Lovely. Let me get this right. A mimosa is specifically champagne and orange juice.
Yes, and I used mango orange juice.
Now, it's different from say wine, or it's different from another cocktail that's very similar to a mimosa, isn't it? What am I trying to think of? Screwdriver? What's a screwdriver?
Yes, a screwdriver and vodka and orange juice. Yes.
Is that what I'm thinking of?
And I went to a restaurant for brunch, and they actually called champagne and cranberry juice a hibiscus.
I thought hibiscus was like a flower.
Yeah, so I think it's just because the color is like a hibiscus, so they call it a hibiscus.
Fair enough. Well. Oh yeah, we're just gonna watch the movie. I happen to be watching this on a DVD today, Janine. I own Coming to America, as all regular people should.
You own it on streaming.
On streaming, then yes.
I'm playing it off of my Vudu because I own it on my Vudu.
Lovely. I'm just going to also check that I've done all the necessary promoting and things as we always like to at the beginning of each watch along, because these are fun. These are chilled out watching sessions. There's nothing overly extravagant here. There's no serious panel show format here.
No,
there's nothing like that.
Just you and me, as exciting as we are. So
are we exciting? Who's to say? I can't say that.
I guess just Billy. Billy can say.
Billy can say if we're exciting. If Billy wants to say we're exciting, other people can as well. But I hope we are exciting.
Okay.
I hope we are exciting. But anyway, I'm ready to go. I'm
ready
ready to
as
go.
well.
I'm
Okay.
starting as usual, guys. For anybody that Billy's watching along with us, so that's nice.
Yay. And Billy, you said you hadn't seen this, right?
Billy's not seen Coming to America.
I thought I remember him saying he hoped he could make it today because he hadn't seen it. Is that what did I miss that? Did I get that wrong?
I don't know. I haven't heard this. I'm excited. I am excited to watch Coming to America. We are starting though from 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, as we always start. We're not one of these weird watch along people that start from the first time you see the Warner Brothers logo or whatever it is. No.
Tina, who infamously likes to be like 10 seconds ahead of everybody.
Well, that's me, but that's not my fault.
Yes, he's never seen it. He's never seen it. Billy hasn't seen.
You're in for a treat. You are in for a treat, Billy.
So this is, have you seen Trading Places? This is technically a sequel to Trading Places.
Well, wow. Yeah, it is. Is it? Yeah. It's in the same universe.
It is.
It's in the same universe as Trading Places.
All right.
But yeah, we'll start 0, 0, 0, 0. For anybody that's watching, Janine, count us down. We'll just get into it.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Play.
Paramount. It's the Paramount Mount. You don't see the Paramount Mount too often anymore, Janine.
No. I always like when the logos kind of become interactive like that.
You know who's good? Warner Brothers are good at doing that.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers are very good at doing
Their
that.
Harry Potter deteriorating Warner Brothers logo as the world is deteriorating. I love that.
You know who's not very good at doing that?
DreamWorks is good at that.
DreamWorks are good at doing that. Disney are terrible. Disney are terrible at doing that. Disney just do the same
sometimes
thing.
they're good. No, they're actually good. When it's a Pirates movie, you see the black
True.
pearl in the back.
True.
When it was Beauty and the Beast, the castle was actually the Beast's castle.
But is this the live action? Is this just live action Disney? Because I'm talking about like Disney animated ones are all the same. Apart from the Frog, which was a little bit swampy.
Yes, I think there are subtle things, but even in Coco, like they played like a Latin version of the Disney theme. The Incredibles, the castle looked like the same Incredible style animation.
Okay.
Oh, I mean they touch it up.
Right. Fair play, Disney.
Like I watched a supercut of like all of the Disney openings from like early and like all the ones that were different, or they did subtle things too, and they actually did have some fun ones.
Janine, I've just noticed on the cast list there, you forget Sam Jackson's in this movie.
Yes, this was like his first one.
You completely forget he's in this movie.
Yeah, I want to say this was like his first movie. Look at these
Rick Baker doing the makeup as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a fan of the Palace.
Yes, John Landis directed this and Trading Places.
Did
Frank Oz is in Trading Places? He's a forgettable one in that movie.
He is in Trading Places, isn't he? He plays the. Who does he play in Trading Places? Is that the one where he plays the prison?
He's the guard who's like he's the cop who's like looking through his jacket and he's like, "This is Angel Dust PCP." He finds it in his coat.
Yeah, he plays the prison guard in Blues Brothers.
Yeah,
Frank Oz.
I did this on my birthday.
I
made a TikTok of this. Of me waking up. Good morning, Your Highness. Good morning, Your Highness. And I'm just like, hey. And I sit up and I'm like, yes, it is my birthday. I think I'm just gonna do that every year on my birthday.
You should do.
Like, can you imagine having a symphony like wake you up?
And never mind that. Could you imagine having such a perfect mustache that Eddie Murphy constantly has?
Yeah. His mustache game is pretty legit.
It just is, though. It just is. Hello, Eddie.
No, this is what I did.
Now, the real question
Who did this score? It's really good.
is, I didn't see. The real question is, have you ever been a fan of Eddie Murphy's Anakin Skywalker style rat tail?
No. So I'm glad he eventually cuts it off.
Nobody's a fan of it. No, nobody's a fan of it. Who did the score for Coming to America? There's a question for everybody.
Yes.
Oh god.
Wipe us? He has people to wipe his ass. Are you kidding me?
He has naked women to bathe him.
Oh. How she just pops up like that?
I mean, look, it's a life worth living. This, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't say no to such baths myself, Janine. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
they'd be quite pleasant, I would imagine. If we found out who did the score, our original music by Nile Rodgers.
Yes, I was looking up what band he in.
Nile Rodgers, was it? I don't know.
I believe he did that, a song that did appear in a Shrek movie. His band, I believe his band did that song, Freak Out, Le Freak, says Chic. Freak Out. Which is a song they play when like Shrek leaves and they go let's have a party. And they just start partying.
Yes, it is.
And I think I saw something of him doing an interview, and he talked about they wrote that song as kind of an FU because like the club owner like wouldn't let them in the club, so they went home and wrote this song. But when they were singing it, they were saying FU, and then they changed it to Freak Out, and then like months later, now that song was topping the charts in the club that they couldn't get into.
Billy says he's rocking the shirtless Kylo Ren look. He was. The ridiculously high pants. Are you a fan of the ridiculously long table, Janine?
No. It's too far away.
It is. It's much too far.
And I love that this is Mufasa and Sarabi.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Madge Sinclair. She was great.
Didn't James Earl Jones celebrate his 90th recently?
I believe he did. Yes, Billy. So this is Sarabi. She was the voice of Sarabi in The Lion King, Mufasa's wife, which is just so perfect.
I'm actually going to change my name on the on the StreamYard, I think. Might be appropriate.
Are you going to change it to Royal Wiper? Yeah.
There you go.
Not Prince Akeem. Can you imagine if Eddie Murphy was Simba?
I mean,
how perfect that would have been.
It would have stopped him doing Donkey.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have been allowed to do Donkey, would he?
Mm-mm.
Eddie Murphy. Akeem doesn't like the pampering, does he? No. Don't know why.
When I was a little girl, I always used to think his necklace looked like little sandwiches.
His neck.
Those look like cookies or little tea sandwiches.
He's wearing a necklace of biscuits. That's what he's got on.
That's what I always used to think when I was a little kid. I'm like, his necklace
Whenever
looks like
he gets whenever he gets hungry, he just go.
This wheel of cheese on my.
Where do they ever actually say like where Zamunda is?
I think it's in Africa, but
I know it's in Africa, but like, is it Central Africa? Is it East Africa? Is it South Central Africa?
I mean, do they zoom into it at some point on a map?
That's what I mean. Like, because I know, as far as fictional African nations go, Wakanda is basically in the same place as Rwanda.
Yeah.
In real life.
I don't know if they ever released this and specified.
Where is Zamunda? I'm going to find out. Zamunda.net. It's a Russian website. Oh dear. Zamunda is a genus of crickets. No, it's not. Oh dear. No, I don't know where Zamunda is.
Yeah, it's very stereotypical of Africa. There's just like jungle animals just roaming around.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Stereotypical. Yeah, of course it is.
I love it's really cute though when a little elephant goes by. He's like, "Hello, Babar," which is a literary elephant in children's books.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I'm gonna have to do a things I noticed in movies about this one for my TikTok.
Yeah, you should. And there's a question. Are you more like Eddie Murphy, or are you more like Arsenio Hall in this situation?
Yeah, Billy T'Challa would have done this on a waterfall.
He would. Would you buy a Prince Akeem t-shirt?
I would. You know what happened? I started mine at like 13 seconds.
Yeah, I'm way ahead.
I played mine at the beginning. You said we're all starting at 0-0, but I was like, nah, I'm starting mine. I started mine at 13 seconds, and somehow still now you're ahead of me.
We know this happens because Britain.
I thought I was being slick. I figured out the method, but
we're determined. So I'm gonna do what I do and just pause for 5 seconds and then go back. Billy says he's favouring Donatello's weapon. If you're into the Ninja Turtles there, yes.
Oh, the bow staff. When I was at that age where I would pick a character to be like, I knew which Power Ranger I was or which turtle I was always Donatello.
Oh, it's very formal.
Ooh. I want to know who did the costuming on this movie. They're all terrified that she's the one.
I mean, to be fair, the costumes are incredibly impressive, actually, aren't they?
Hmm.
Like, this is actually what Arsenio Hall's really enjoying this, by the way.
Yes.
Like, I'm fairly sure that's not even the carrot. That's just Arsenio Hall just going, this is good. I like this.
Right? Now I want to know who the choreographer was.
I think what we have to say about this is that we just appreciate that it's actually kind of celebratory of African culture, Central African culture. Yes, okay, it's a movie about going to America and, you know, oh, isn't America great? And sure. But like all this, you don't go through all this if you don't want to celebrate Central African culture. Because this is just too impressive. And like you said, all the costuming, it's accurate.
I don't think they have a choreographer listed, but I'm like, this is impressive.
And the drums get you in. The drums get you into it.
Mm-hmm.
Drums get you really into it. I mean, she's quite lovely.
And I love how he just stops singing and then he just goes back to like angry face. So you're still ahead of me. I'm barely just getting. She's your queen. This song. Desires. And I believe I saw him in the trailer.
Oh, is he back? Brilliant.
Completely free from infection.
I mean, it's important.
Yeah.
You don't want any infection, do you?
No.
Question is, should I get a sparkly hat like Eddie Murphy's got?
I think you could pull that off.
No. I could not pull that off. I'd sooner pull off what no, I'm not
I'm just not realizing that James Earl Jones has like blue eyes.
He does. He does.
And I'm just now realizing another thing. This actress.
Yes.
And the Jerry Curl boyfriend, what's his name? Daryl.
Yes.
They actually played husband and wife in this 2000s movie called Biker Boys.
The trivia is never ending with you, is it, Janine?
So I do a whole series on my TikTok called Things I Notice in Movies.
A successful series, I'm led to believe as well.
Only
on
the one
TikTok.
that's about Magic Mike.
You're like a prime TikToker now, aren't you?
I don't know. I think I've stopped growing.
Who knows? All it takes is for you to do one. God.
Would you want this, or would you be completely annoyed like he is?
No, I wouldn't know. Why would anybody want this?
Someone who just doesn't think for themselves.
I am entirely with. I am not Arsenio Hall in this situation. I am entirely Eddie Murphy in this situation. Like, what's the? There's no human there.
And I love that he like looks at us.
It's just silly.
And her whole long train. Oh my gosh.
Mm. The thing is, look, I've never been to Central Africa, Janine. Elephants might just
roam around your kingdom like that.
You know, I have been to Kenya, and frankly, elephants do walk around,
Hello, Beba.
and zebras and things like that. I actually remember being in a safari camp in a reserve in Kenya, and being in the big tent, because it's like a big tent. It's like a tent, that's not a tent. It's a tent that's basically a big hotel room, but it's a tent. And I think one night the camp was put on alert because there was a hippo wandering around.
Oh my gosh.
So it happens, I guess.
Yeah.
And you got to watch out for hippos. Hippos are very dangerous.
I told you that story of that man who raised a hippo like as a baby, and then he was just standing by it, and then it just ate him.
People don't realize how dangerous hippos are.
I mean, that game, Hungry Hippos, that's no joke.
The little balls are just people.
Yes.
That game is just chaos. Nobody ever knows how to win at Hungry Hippos. Everybody's just going like that.
Exactly. There's like no strategy unless you cut a leg off.
There's no strategy.
Unless you tilt your table.
What is coming to America then? What is the sequel?
Like, what's it called?
No, I know it's called Coming to America with a number 2. But like, what's the story of it? I haven't seen a trailer or anything like that. Like, what is it?
I think he has to take over ruling, but like I don't know why he has to go back to America. I don't remember.
And does he go back to New York? Does he? I mean,
yeah, because you see the mighty barbershop.
Oh yeah, well yeah. Barbershop's back. Oh, yes. I've always loved Eddie Murphy's coat. Stop. Halt. Sorry, I got the line wrong.
See, you're like all the way there. He barely just got to the airport.
Just like to point out, the taxi driver is wearing a Mets cap. He's a fan of the Mets. He's in Queens, I suppose it makes sense.
He also did like infomercials or something. He was like Body by Jake. Like he was like a TV bodybuilder or something. Something like that, if I recall. The cab driver. He was like a workout infomercial guy or something like that.
Okay. Take us to the most common part.
Oh my god. His common parts.
Am I way ahead again?
Yeah.
Oh god. I hate that I don't know why it is. It's very annoying.
So weird. You are not the best watch along partner.
Well, it's not my fault. I don't know. I'm just waiting for the barbershop.
Oh my gosh.
That's all I'm waiting for. Real question now, though. Do I get a coat like
that with the fur?
Akeem's? Obviously not real fur.
Yeah. See, we're both ahead of Billy.
Well, for God's sake. Watch-alongs don't work. Here we go. Here we go.
Sammy's just like, yeah. Next Cuba Gooding Jr. sitting in that chair. He's not even cutting. See, how are they still alive? Look how old they look. Look how old they look now.
I really hope that when they come back, they're just fighting over modern boxers. Or more modern boxers. Like, I hope that Tyson comes into the picture and Evander Holyfield and, you know, people
Mayweather.
like Mayweather.
Straight up just stealing all their stuff. Oh my gosh.
I love this is what Eddie Murphy does so well. That's what Eddie Murphy always does so well, though, is the speed of delivery.
Yes.
In the barbershop is unparalleled.
Yeah.
And it's The line delivery is just perfect. Oh dear.
Is that what a lot of people did last year? When they couldn't pay their rent, they just pretended to fall down the stairs.
Why can't I remember his name, Janine?
Oh,
The landlord. Why can't I remember his name? I know who it is. I do know who it is. Or is it not who I think it is?
Frankie Faison.
It is Frankie Faison. It's exactly who I thought he was. I couldn't pull the name.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we should all do that every morning.
Just go shout at the balcony.
Go, whether you live on a balcony, whether you live in an apartment block, or house, or whatever. Go outside your door or on your balcony, whatever you may have, and literally shout, "Good morning, my neighbors."
And there have been many a
What
TikTok done with this soundbite as well.
Yeah. Billy likes the gold.
He likes their gold sandwich necklace.
And the saxophone. I like the saxophone.
And people just walking around in his clothes.
He doesn't mind. He's now dressed like someone from Queens, Janine. Oh my god. The amount of pins.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so good. I can hear your soul happening over there.
It's so loud.
But it's so good.
It's also a ridiculously sexy advertisement.
Yes. See, I just got to Soul Glow.
Oh, here we go.
It's so greasy. Let it shine through. Oh my gosh. See, I don't even know what you're laughing at because you're probably like way ahead of me.
Every time I talk about boxing, a white man has to pull Rocky Marciano out.
My God. Yeah, Billy likes the Jerry curls. Nope. This was 75 when they fought.
You mean, who do you think is the
Don't even ask me.
the greatest boxer of all
I have
time?
no idea. I know nothing about boxing.
You... Now, I must say that, like, as far as jumpers go, the jumpers that they both have on here, maybe not Arsenio Hall because it's got a weird collar on it, but certainly Eddie Murphy's jumper is excellent.
What, that busy New York jacket?
No. The jumpers they've got on in the next scene that you will see shortly.
Oh, look at that fake Jewish man in the back who's not Eddie Murphy. I'm barely noticing.
Do you see the jumpers?
You really like their sweaters?
Yeah. Would I not wear something like that? You know full well.
It's just Eddie Murphy, and then that other barber guy is somebody else. It's not Arsenio, I don't think.
No, it's not Arsenio. Eddie Murphy's playing 3 of them. Eddie Murphy's playing the barber, the Jewish man, and the other the darker black man.
No, I don't think that's him. I think that's another guy.
Is that not Eddie Murphy?
I think 2 of the guys are not Eddie Murphy or Arsenio.
I thought that was Eddie Murphy. I've always been convinced that was Eddie Murphy. He looks prosthetic.
The guy with the long face? I don't think that's him.
Is he? No.
I've seen people do TikToks on this. Like they pretend to be all the girls. It's Joan of Arc in a former life. Yeah, Billy likes the sweaters too.
So, thank you, Billy. Thank you, Billy. Billy gets it. The beatboxing is a little much.
Yeah. And this girl who talks too much.
I could not be doing with that. If they just fall asleep. Just... And then it's just Arsenio Hall.
Yes. Tear you apart.
When did Eddie Murphy's playing multiple characters become too much? Because it's definitely not Nutty Professor, because it's excellent.
I think Norbit was bad because he started doing he was playing an Asian man, and it was not
playing a Jewish man in this.
Yeah. But for some reason, this doesn't feel as problematic as him playing the Asian man and doing the accent.
No.
That felt very Mickey Rooney. But...
No, yeah, I suppose. I mean, the good thing is that what he usually plays is multiple characters. It's just sort of various different craziness of black people.
Yeah.
Like, for example, this man.
Yes. Which I think that's Arsenio, isn't it?
Is it?
I think it's Arsenio.
Oh, it is. It might be. The prosthetics are always quite good.
Yeah, Rick Baker.
Yeah. I mean, you know, all the beauty pageant situations, Janine. Not necessarily a big fan.
No.
Like, don't be
So
parading.
you wouldn't be like Donald Trump in the dressing room at the Miss America pageants.
No, Janine. Now, I'm sure all these women, perfectly lovely people, but it's the whole idea of it. It's the idea of it.
Yeah.
Like, don't parade things around.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And
yeah, this makeup really like changed his face. It's Randy Watson makeup.
yeah.
Because I thought that's what you were gonna change your name to. Yeah, I was kind of hoping you would change your name to Sexual Chocolate.
No, not a chance.
Come
I mean, I can
on.
keep changing it if you want. John Amos is John Amos.
Yay. And I love like the McDonald's exists in this universe and it's like a rivalry. And it's so crazy. I was watching like, you know, I think a couple months ago on TikTok, it was like or on Twitter, it was a thing where people realized that Eddie Murphy actually had a pop career.
Eddie Murphy's a good singer.
Yeah. But people like didn't know that. They like had discovered like all these like younger people had discovered Party All the Time for the first time and like didn't even know that that was a thing.
I mean, ageist again.
Well, that's what it was. It was a bunch of like younger like people who were like,
"Oh, this isn't the same." Oh God, this isn't the same thing as when people don't realize that Nicki Minaj's Anaconda is just Baby Got Back.
yes, it's like that. It was like that. See,
Now,
I don't include you in that because at least you're educated.
thank you. Now, John Amos's Glasses on a String, Janine. What do we feel about those? Are we into Glasses on a String?
We are not. We are not.
I used to have a substitute teacher at primary school who wore her glasses on a string. Well, it was more like a chain. It looked like a necklace, really.
Yeah.
But it was a pair of glasses.
You know, Black Awareness Week is an opportunity for self-expression. Express himself through song. In his own unique way, but the song makes a big point. The children are our future. And that's why it's up to all of us to provide a
Why does he look like John Oates?
Who?
What's his name? The one who looks like John Oates.
Yeah, I don't think the other two guys are them. I think it's just the Jewish guy and the barber.
Are you sure the darker man isn't Eddie Murphy? I've always thought it was. I mean, it's not like Eddie Murphy can play blackface, is it? It's Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Do you know who I mean when I say the one that looks like John Oates?
Yes. Just puts all the money in there.
McDowell's. How did they get away with this? How did they get away with this? It is absolutely blatant.
Yeah, it says Eddie Murphy's just Prince Akeem, Clarence, Saul, and Randy Watson.
Okay.
And then Arsenio Sammy Morris, extremely ugly girl, and Reverend Brown. So maybe he is the other guy, because who's Morris? Is Morris the other barbershop guy?
Possibly. Yeah, possibly. That's unfair on Arsenio Hall. Young Arsenio Hall's quite a good-looking guy. He doesn't need to be extremely ugly girl, does he? That's...
What, you don't like the plaid theming of McDowell's, Billy? He was also surprised by the band name Sexual Chocolate.
Oh, I love it. I love Sexual Chocolate. That sounds weird, doesn't it? Don't clip that. Don't clip that out, guys. Please.
Well, he claims that McDowell's was around first.
Well, it wasn't though, was it?
Louis Anderson. Oh my gosh.
There's no reason. Oh.
And he's just pushing the bucket around. Thinks that's how you mop.
Oh, I'm not even laughing at that. I'm past that. I was laughing at that before. This was in.
Oh, him mopping by Lisa's office.
The office. Just the biggest Eddie Murphy grin on his face.
And that stupid McDowell's hat with the little ball at the top.
And are you telling me you've never worn one of those hats when you're playing golf in Scotland, Ginny?
Never.
It must just be me.
Must be just you.
Honestly, as far as best Hollywood smiles go,
Eddie
he's
Murphy.
got to be up there.
Yeah, it's solid.
Just delight on his face when he's smiling. Like, I'm probably the least. Like, when I smile, it doesn't even look like I'm smiling.
And in conjunction with the epic mustache.
Yeah, it just works. Exactly. It just works.
Yes. I hear soul glow happening on your end again.
No, I'll keep talking just so.
He's still talking to Lisa in mine. Oh my gosh, I can very distinctly hear.
I mean, he could either be John Oates or Lionel Richie.
There we go. Let your soul shine through. And it's like this terrible, like, keyboard karaoke version.
He's the love child of John Oates and Lionel Richie.
Yeah.
Really, isn't he?
Yes.
Because he's got Lionel Richie's mustache. But John Oates' hair. I can hear soul glow on your
It's like a soul glow echo, and he sprays some extra spritz. It's like, how do you not get that grease all over your stuff?
I think kind of the hairstyle of kind of a wetter, not greasy because it's not greasy. It's kind of it's washed but oily almost.
Yeah.
hair is kind of coming back.
Yeah.
Like like a wetter style.
Look, yeah.
'Cause, see if I was to do it, so it'd be like I had my hair like I usually have it, but it'd be noticeably wet, and there'd be like one little bit like that. It
Yeah.
was just kind of dropping down. That was noticeably a bit wet.
Okay.
I just have to go out in the rain, basically.
But it's like, was this hairstyle popular, or was it like not as popular anymore? So that's why they're using it as a joke in this movie.
The Jerry curl.
Yeah.
I think it was enormously popular, like permed hair.
But it's like they're making fun of it. So they had to know kind of the joke of that hairstyle, is what I'm saying.
Well, I guess. But it's like, what's it? It's like a distinct hairstyle. Now it's gone to Kinte. Oh, God. It's like now we make fun of man buns.
Yeah.
But they're ridiculously popular. So it's probably just the same.
So who do you think has a better mustache, Eddie Murphy or Eric LaSalle?
Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy, yeah, he's fuller.
It's nice seeing Eric LaSalle again in Logan. Like
Yeah.
He was the farmer they stayed with. I just got to Kunta Kinte.
Oh, look. It's Kunta Kinte.
More can get a man bun, Billy says.
No, not a chance. Not a chance. Oh, yeah, it is Arsenio. The other guy.
Yeah.
I guess I always thought it was Eddie Murphy because I'm just used to Eddie Murphy playing
Doing everything. So
70
so he's more. So this one guy over here is not. He's the only one who's not.
Yeah. I enjoy him talking about American football. I pause just,
Okay.
to let you
telling her to talk to the dad.
Yes.
Like a bird. Okay, now he's going to talk to Mr. McDowell with his silly mopping face.
The professional football contest.
He's on drugs. Louis Anderson.
Yeah. Or, as some people like to call him, Discount John Candy.
Yeah. I mean, he was a pretty big comedian at this time. He had I remember in the 90s, he had a cartoon called Life with Louie.
But also Discount John Candy. That's a little bit of an insult, though. A comedian in his own right. You have far too much energy for me, I'm afraid. That's what this is what I'd be saying currently if I was Lisa. I'd be you've got far too much. Just sit down, calm down. Why are you so excited?
She's young.
I'm young.
Are you though? I don't know. I think you're lying about your age.
Not excited. How old do you think I am really? Mid-30s?
I mean, the way you act, you'd probably be like mid
47?
50s.
Mid-50s, but do I look like I'm in my mid-50s?
No. And don't just shave off that facial hair. You definitely look like you're.
You don't know that. You don't know that, do you?
Yes, I think you would look 14 if you shaved off your facial hair.
So do I. But that's because I haven't not had facial hair since I was 16. That's a long time now.
Yes.
It's an extravagant gift.
Yeah.
I thought he got everything stolen. Where's he found the money for that?
They still have their money. That is very satisfying, them cleaning that window.
You're saying you like cleaning windows, Janine?
Well, just seeing the white go away, it's very satisfying.
I always find that with like when you're painting like a wall. Like, oh my god, there's nothing worse than painting a white wall white.
Yeah, it's not satisfying.
Because how the hell are you supposed to tell what you've done?
Yeah.
And it all looks the same anyway.
Yeah.
But if you're painting a white wall purple, for instance, like I would,
Yeah.
it's really nice.
How did he not think this story through?
I'm a student.
I'm sorry, Steve. It's okay. Sorry you're so busy.
Oh, don't worry about it, Steve. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah.
We love you. Basketball, Janine. How do we feel?
I don't watch basketball at all. I did watch during I really was into it with the Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman era of the Bulls.
Was that just because Dennis Rodman is insane?
No, like they were like playing at their height, and like
yes,
you know, Pippen and Jordan were like dream team. So
what's Pippen, Jordan, Rodman? That's gonna be 94.
I think, yeah, 94, that kind of era. So I remember actually like watching it with my dad and getting into it at that time. But then after that,
Billy says it should be a football game. Liverpool versus United. Sit down, Liverpool. Get out.
He doesn't need to tell me. I already know.
Well, you're being stubborn. Shush, Steve.
Yes, I heard he had to try to interrogate you, and you were being very difficult.
I wasn't being difficult. I disagree with that entirely. I was not being difficult. I have actually had the great pleasure of watching a basketball game at Madison Square Garden.
Oh, really?
It was for my 18th birthday.
Oh, that's fun.
Which was an extravagant gift.
I don't think Billy's a fan of Patrice's forwardness under that coat.
Well, maybe not in public.
Yeah.
No. You know, like on basketball games when they always look at this. Mr. God. Basketball games or sporting events in general, usually American sporting events, they always like bring up the camera of like, oh, what celebrities are in tonight
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. You know who was there when I was there?
Who?
50 Cent.
That's all you got? Get anybody cool?
That's pretty big. I feel like he's pretty big.
Meh. He's alright.
And then like, the usual kind of... Unfortunately, no Spike Lee, actually, because he's always usually at New York Knicks games, isn't he?
Yeah.
That would have been good. Can't remember who else. I just remember 50 Cent.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just thinking about basketball. I haven't watched basketball in a few years now properly.
No?
It always... I mean, when I first kind of really got into it, after a few years, I realized that, like, oh, here he is. Wait.
Wait for it, Billy.
Wait for it, Billy. Sorry. I got distracted.
But he hasn't shown up for me yet. Did you see Billy? Sam Jackson.
That's another good insult from the movie. Janine.
What?
Freeze, you diseased rhinoceros pizzle.
Yes.
Well done, Sam. Well done. Applause. Why was he not an actor before the late 80s, Janine?
So this was like his fifth credit.
Fifth?
And leading up to that, he was Stan in a movie called Black Cream in 1973.
That sounds... 1973?
He was an extra in a movie called The Exterminator in 1980, which was uncredited. He was a gang member number 2 in Ragtime in 1981. He was in some movie called Magic Sticks in 1987 as Bum.
Bum.
He was in School Days, 1988. And then this movie, also in 1988, Hold Up Man.
This appears to be a blaxploitation movie, Janine.
This is under blaxploitation?
Black Cream.
Oh, Black Cream.
A black radical activist and a young white woman find themselves drawn to one another during the politically and racially charged atmosphere of early 1970s America. Tagline, a brother's struggle for identity.
Oh.
The poster is incredibly blaxploitation. And obviously, it's therefore directed by a black man in the early 70s.
Okay. Well, we did notice like quite a few black exploitations were directed by white men.
Yeah, you know, like
We had a whole discussion about that.
Coffee, isn't it? Directed by the whitest white man possible. I can't even remember his name. Jack somebody, I think.
Yeah.
Nothing, not like isn't Shaft? What's Shaft directed? Who's Shaft directed by?
Was it the Van Peebles guy who did Shaft?
Oh no, I want to say Mario Van Peebles. That's the son, Melvin Van Peebles. Sweetback.
Mm.
Shaft was directed by. I should know this.
Gordon Parks.
Gordon Parks, who is a black man.
Have you done Shaft yet on the main show?
No.
We might have to do like a deja vu on Shaft.
Could do. Jack Hill, there you go. There's Coffee. The literally
whitest white man.
So but like turtleneck white. I mean, credit to him, he's turtleneck white, so he's clearly 70s.
Yes, but I agree, Billy. Blackula was great.
Blackula is outstanding. It is my favourite blaxploitation movie. It's unbelievable.
So good.
Do you know why it's my favourite blaxploitation movie? Because it's got virtually none of the somewhat questionable elements about blaxploitation movies in it.
Yeah.
It is literally just Dracula's Blackula's black, because he's not even Dracula. Blackula calls out Dracula on his racism.
Yeah.
And then is unbelievably smooth and sexy for an entire movie.
Yes.
Blackula.
He's so slick. And the horror stuff is actually really well done.
There's nothing like those little scenes in
I want to say that hallway scene was like very groundbreaking theatrically, right?
And Blackula was directed by a
black man. The Jerry Curl grease stains on the couch kills me every time.
But it's not got anything like some of the scenes in Coffee. And look, Coffee's a good movie. Coffee's a great movie. And there's plenty in Coffee that's very obviously yay black people, which is exactly what blaxploitation should be. But there's those instances in Coffee of a little bit of racial stereotyping and profiling. And certain lines in Coffee are very, very problematic.
Yeah.
Spoken by the white villains of the movie.
Yeah.
But they're there.
Well, Morgan had William Marshall's voice last week.
God, I'll have a Bloody Mary. Yes, you will, Blackula. I can't get out of my head how much he looks like John Oates. Why does he look so much? Is that what he's going for? It must be what they were going for, because he looks the exact same as him.
Who, Daryl?
Yeah. It's funny, really, that he's called Daryl, really, isn't it? Because he should look like Daryl Hall, but he doesn't. He looks like John Oates. Look at a picture of John Oates and then look at Daryl.
He looks like the love child of John Oates.
Of John Oates and Lionel Richie. He does. Not John Oates now. John Oates in the 80s.
Yeah.
Look at 80s John Oates. Look at that. Same.
Oh my gosh.
Don't look at John Oates now. Exact same. Oh, we could do that. That'd be a good episode of the main show, actually. That Janine Shaft.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be very different to usual main show things, wouldn't it? But
yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Because then the
I mean,
most
I don't mean in terms of it being a black movie. I mean in terms of it being a absolutely independent 70s movie
yeah.
as opposed
Well,
to a
we
big
can do.
studio system.
I was tempted. I was thinking to do some black movies for the main show
Yes.
next month.
We need more black movies on the main show. Look, we've had lots of black movies on and Morgan hasn't seen, but we certainly need more on the main show. It's
Yeah.
just unfortunate that, like, you need to do a good deal of research to find
Wow,
particularly notable.
that book that you got me for Christmas,
Which,
definitely.
funnily enough, why did I get you that book, Jimmy?
So we
For
could find
such reasons as this, for manipulative, let's do some of these
Yes.
movies.
Like they actually mentioned some. Like I've only read the foreword and the introduction, and I just barely started chapter 1. And already, like, there's movies from the 30s mentioned that actually have black people not playing caricatures or side characters. Like, there's actually black movies with black actors from like the 30s, and I like crazy.
No doubt it'll be talking about people like Oscar Michaud in there as well.
Yes,
But you can't really find any of his films. Like, I think 90% of his films are lost.
yeah.
I think you may be only able to find one, really. And that's going to be tough to find.
Yeah. So chapter 1 is the early years. So I've definitely
It's going to be stuff like Michaud.
So hopefully we can track some good things down. But yeah, I think we can do Shaft, and there's definitely a deja vu with the new Shaft with Sam Jackson. And I think it's directly connected because Richard Roundtree is in it as well.
Yeah.
And then they made
Wasn't there a newer Shaft?
There is a newer Shaft with Richard Roundtree and Sam Jackson and a younger, like a son.
Oh, it's generational Shafts, isn't
Yeah.
it? That's the idea of it.
Yes.
Generational John Shaft. I mean, John Shaft doesn't sound exactly. It's a very white name. It's kind of like somebody that you think of that name, and it sounds like somebody that Chevy Chase would play.
Yeah. Well, guess who the villain is? Guess who the villain is in Shaft remake?
In the original, or I was going to say the original Shaft, I think it's Moses Gunn. In the 2000?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Yes.
Christian Bale works, especially like 2000 Christian Bale definitely works as a racist.
Yeah.
Not that I think Christian Bale's necessarily a racist, but American Psycho Christian Bale comes across as a racist, so it just makes sense to me that around that time.
Yeah. See, I like Lisa's coat. That's a nice coat.
We can use that, Billy. We can use that as a phrase if we want. As white as Morgan Robinson, we can. However, I would disagree with it. Well, I wouldn't. I am particularly white. I don't have any mixed race in me whatsoever.
Yeah.
I probably barely have Scottish and Irish in me, let alone
any sexual
let alone African or what an incredible discovery that would be, though. Let's just point that out. If I bothered to, pay for Ancestry or something like that.
Yeah.
And it turns out I'm 128th. Wherever. Nigerian. I mean, I would imagine, like, if it's that point, it would be probably a little bit unfortunate situations, wouldn't it, really?
Yeah. How do you manage to get a hot tub installed in one day?
Money. Money, you can do anything. I'm a big fan of Eddie Murphy's wardrobe in this movie, Janine. Look at this jumper he's got on with the little collar.
Yeah, it's actually like really nice. Like you could see someone wearing that today.
I would wear that today. I have a jumper like that, but in burgundy.
Yeah.
Or like maroon or whatever colour it is. You know who doesn't like maroon jumpers, Janine?
Oh.
Ron Weasley. Not maroon jumpers knitted by his own mother.
Like I love
Here
that.
they are. Here
Merry
they are.
Christmas, Ron. What are you wearing?
Here they are. Wait for
No.
it. Come on, where are they? Show me them properly.
and you can hear the theme from Trading Places. You hear the music. But Billy's never seen Trading Places,
Never seen Trading Places.
so this won't make sense to him.
Trading Places are fantastic. I mean, I don't think Trading Places is as good as this. I think this is better than Trading
I
Places.
think this is better, yes.
But I do like Trading Places. Trading Places is also a little bit evil.
Yeah, it's pretty
In
messed
many,
up.
many ways. There's a lot of cruelty in Trading Places.
Yeah.
This is just very fun.
Yeah.
Does everyone in Africa talk like you? Africa's a big place. Yeah, that's always been a like I have a problem when people say I've been to Europe. It's like, where have you been? What? That doesn't mean anything. I took a trip to Europe once. That means nothing to me. You could have gone anywhere.
Yeah.
I feel that as well when people say, Africa. It's like, oh my god, it's massive.
Huge.
Where
Where did you go?
There is so much variety there. Did you go to Egypt or did you go to Ethiopia? You cannot find two more different places.
Yeah.
Did you go to Morocco or Nigeria or South Africa or the Central African Republic?
Yeah,
Where
there is a
did you
big
go?
difference. Yeah. You got to fix that, Billy. I mean, there was definitely a questionable period in his filmmaking, but
For example, let's talk about this is an Eddie Murphy movie, isn't it?
Meet Dave.
The Eddie Murphy movie Meet Dave, where Eddie Murphy plays a spaceship that is manned by a little Eddie Murphy inside his head.
No, we don't need to talk
Great
about.
movie.
We don't
It's
need
a
to talk
great
about.
movie.
I actually am partial to Bowfinger. I like Bowfinger.
Now I haven't seen many of Eddie Murphy's kind of, naff period. I'm going to call it his naff period, Janine.
Daddy Daycare was actually pretty fun.
Not seen Daddy Daycare, but I don't hate The Haunted Mansion.
I've only seen it once, and I've never felt the need to revisit it because I feel like it was not as close to the ride as it could have been.
Great. It's not great. But look, my recent-ish experience of the ride wasn't the best either, really, was it? I love the fact that I went on the Haunted Mansion in the last couple of years, but didn't like the fact that it was the Nightmare Before
Christmas. I was so mad because I wanted you to be able to see the actual ride as it is.
Get out, Nightmare Before Christmas, ruining all the good scenes of Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
But I don't hate that movie, and I certainly don't hate the movie Meet Dave.
Obviously not, because you bring it up all the time.
Always talk about it. But I don't think I've seen a lot. I've not seen Norbert. I've not seen
It's not good.
Daddy Daycare.
Daddy Daycare is actually fun. I really do like Daddy Daycare.
I've not seen Pluto Nash.
With Cuba Gooding is terrible.
Nutty Professor, I've got zero problem with Nutty Professor or Nutty Professor 2 at the Clumps.
Yeah.
Absolutely no problem with them. I love the Clumps.
Yeah, he's got the moves.
Do you think that's an accurate statement there from Billy Janine? Is Norbert a simp?
He is a simp.
Is he?
Oh, I was gonna ask you. So we did watch The Hot Chick to do a bonus on.
We did. Yes, we did.
Did you notice who the dad was in The Hot Chick?
Dad? I noticed who the mother was.
It was Jan from The
The
Office.
mother was Jan from The Office. The dad?
Yes.
No, didn't.
How do you not?
Do I know him? Where do I know him from?
Probably your favorite movie. One
of my favorite movies.
We did a watch along of it.
Did a watch along of it? Wait a minute. A watch along?
Yes, the dad in Hot Chick is also in.
Wait. I'm gonna find out. I'm enjoying Coming to America, by the way, people.
Yes.
The dad in The Hot Chick is played by this guy. He's in Die Hard.
It's from Caddyshack, Morgan.
No, that's not the right guy then, is he?
He was the main guy at Caddyshack. The kid.
Danny?
Yes.
No, Danny from Caddyshack.
Yes.
No, it isn't.
It is.
Wait. No. Wait. Oh my God.
Did you not even notice?
Nobody's. When have I seen Danny from Caddyshack outside of Caddyshack, Janine? How am I supposed to know that's what he looked like in later
When
life?
I saw him in Caddyshack, I was like, why does he look familiar to me? Like, why do I see his face but older? Where do I know him from? I know him from a movie where he's older.
My God.
Yes, the dad from Hot Chick is the guy from Caddyshack.
I just question why the movie was directed by Tom Brady, the football player. It's not really
what?
Tom Brady, the football player. It's directed by somebody else called Tom Brady, but it's just funny to think that Tom Brady, the football player, did it. Frankie Faison, here he is again. What do I primarily know Frankie Faison from, Janine, and why would I recognize him but not be able to pull his name directly?
I think he's done a bunch of side stuff.
Yeah, he's done a lot. He's done a lot. He was in what? He was in Do the Right Thing. He was in. It's probably just from various tiny things, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
He was in Luke Cage. Netflix, Luke Cage.
Okay.
He was in.
Okay, so Sam Jackson was an extra in The Exterminator, and Frankie Faison was BG in Exterminator 2.
Okay.
He was in Maximum Overdrive.
I don't know Maximum Overdrive.
That Stephen King movie where the electronics come alive.
There's enough Stephen King movies that I don't know. Frankie Faison was in Red Dragon, the Hannibal Lecter movie. He was also in Hannibal, but I haven't seen Hannibal. I've seen the others. Various things. Frankie Faison was in the Pierce Brosnan and the Thomas Crown Affair.
Oh, the one that we did on the show.
One that we did for a Deja Vu. That was a weird movie. I forget we did that. I completely forget we did that. It was an unusual movie, that Steve McQueen,
Yeah.
Thomas Crown Affair. He just seemed a very kind of... I mean, Steve McQueen was being cool Steve McQueen, but it was very cold, wasn't it?
Yeah.
As a movie. There wasn't a great deal of emotion
No.
in the movie at all. Oh, I'll pause that. I'm way ahead. I'm back in the barber shop.
Yeah, no, I'm barely the king just showed up in New York.
Oh dear. I recommend seeing the Thomas Crown Affair. It's a good kind of spy typey movie. Is it spy? I suppose it's not spy. It's heisty, isn't it? It's heist. It's a good movie. I would say it was Steve originally. Actually, Steve wasn't not Steve's best pick for the main show that we've had in the past.
Well, I will say Poseidon Adventure got me to beat Riley and Ben Bateman in a Patreon.
Poseidon Adventure was
in
really
a fun
good.
match.
I really liked the
You
Poseidon.
just liked it because Jack Albertson.
I did just like it because Jack Albertson was in it, and he was in it for the whole thing, and it's great. But there's more than just Jack Albertson. Shelley Winters in the Poseidon Adventure is outstanding.
Yeah. And you look at the lion pelts, like foreshadowing right there.
I know.
Kunta. Seriously? I didn't know that, Billy.
Did not know Jack Albertson was in The Fox and the Hound.
Was he the old man? Now I'm ahead of you. So just keep it there.
Oh, I don't mind. Janine, would you would you like rose petals to be strewn at your feet as you walk around?
I mean, it would be kind of messy, but nice.
Incredibly messy. Everywhere you go, it'd be ridiculous.
Look at his punishment.
Oh, gets a bath.
Right? And confined in a fancy hotel.
Oh,
Terrible.
I mean, he's clearly far more interested in the bath than the hotel room, as any reasonable person would be. I think makes sense to me.
Mhm. Mhm.
It is a good score.
Yes.
It is a good score. Billy, would you like that punishment as well? Janine,
So,
would you like that punishment?
I wouldn't mind it. I mean, I could bathe myself, but
You have to be bathed by other people. I mean, they don't have to be those two. They could be anybody.
yeah, sure. Of course, he has a burger phone.
You never owned
McDonald's operations manual.
Have you ever owned a hamburger phone, Janine?
I have not. I always wanted a fun phone, but alas.
Billy will neither confirm nor deny. That means yes. Can't fool me, Billy. Don't worry about it. I'm here saying I would like that. And you can as well. Why did I think John Amos was dead?
I don't know. He's alive and well doing TikToks with his son.
This is great news. Maybe it's because I haven't seen him in probably decades. What has he been doing?
He probably isn't acting anymore.
That's true.
How old is he? 80 something? We established like 82?
81. He'll be 82 this year. I mean, I suppose it's like some people I just think are deceased that aren't. That flat out aren't. And then some people I'm convinced are still alive. Like, I thought he was still alive. No, he's been dead since 1996. Like, what?
That's terrible.
Hmm. Like, why have I forgotten this? Why have I forgotten this? I've just been thinking. Aretha Franklin. Is Aretha Franklin passed away?
Yes.
Was it recently?
It was
Was
a
it like
couple
in the
years
last
ago.
couple of years?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I could have gone either way with Aretha Franklin. I could have said she was still alive, and I could have said she wasn't.
Yes.
I forget.
Yes, it was fairly recent, 2018.
Okay. I still think it's 2018 anyway, so
I
I
know.
still think it's 2012.
Like I was like watching a movie and it came out like 2019. I'm like, oh, last year. Oh no, it's not last year. Oh god. This is a blur.
In different kind of areas of my life, I think it's particularly years. Like, definitely in terms of personal, I think it's 2018, which is probably an issue, really.
Yeah.
Football wise, I'm definitely convinced it's 2012
Yeah.
because virtually nobody who I grew up watching play football still plays football, and that makes me upset. So I think it's 2012.
Yeah.
Movie wise, it's probably 2016.
I love how he just tells Daryl to go away. Even though he invited him there.
I like Daryl's coat.
Can't you get that through your greasy hand?
What was John Amos's sitcom? John Amos had a sitcom, do you know?
He did.
I'm pretty sure John Amos was in a sitcom. You know, like a sitcom dad. Pretty sure. I've spent most of this time trying to search for what the hell's going on, haven't I?
And who's in what? What were they in?
What? John Amos has been acting. John Amos has continually been acting.
Okay.
John Amos was in Uncut Gems.
He was?
What was did John Amos have a sitcom?
Is it showing that he's in the new Coming to America?
I don't know. He's rich. He's rich. Coming to America.
Yeah, it's on him there for upcoming projects.
Yeah, he's supposed to be there. Let's have a look who else is. Leslie Jones is supposed to be in the movie.
Yes, I saw him in the trailer.
Tracy Morgan. Wesley Snipes. James Earl Jones.
Louis Anderson is back.
Louis Anderson.
Vanessa Bell Calloway. The ooh girl. She's back. Rick Ross. The guy from WandaVision.
The guy,
As
the
Lift
mustache man from WandaVision, who I was absolutely convinced was knockoff David Schwimmer.
like tiny knockoff.
Like, oh my god, if he isn't knockoff David Schwimmer, who the hell is?
Yeah.
No, Craig Brewer's directing. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, Craig Brewer, didn't he do Hustle and Flow?
He did.
And he did the Footloose remake. Shake your head.
I'm Footloose here, Janine. Would be quite funny if when shaking hands, James Earl Jones said, "We don't do that here."
Yeah. Like when he has her in the recliner. See, now you're ahead of me again. So crazy. I just got to I feel like breakdancing.
I don't know why James Earl Jones is doing it to himself, to be honest with you. He doesn't need to act anymore.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like he never he didn't need to come back and voice Darth Vader, did he?
No, he didn't need to do that
But he
commercial. He didn't need to do that commercial where he said, "Totes my goats."
No, he didn't. He didn't need to come back and do The Lion King, but he did.
Well, 'cause
Go
that's
and have a rest, James Earl Jones.
easy work for him.
I know it is. I know, but he's 90 years old. And I know, because people work until the God knows how old. Christopher Lee never retired, did he?
He's in the Sandlot, but we gotta watch the Sandlot at some point.
Remember when Christopher Lee was coming back as Saruman in the Hobbit movies right before he died?
Yeah.
And he couldn't actually go to New Zealand, so they had to film him in Britain and then just CG him into the scenes. because he couldn't fly because he was 93.
Yeah.
And why the hell would you want to fly from London to New Zealand at 93? Smack him, John Amos.
And I love that, like, he's like, you know, all over them, bowing all over them. And then as soon as he sees that he's hurt his daughter, he doesn't even care
Right.
who he is.
And he's just like, put your money away.
Yeah.
Yes, John Amos.
I love this.
It's a good little shut ups James Earl Jones from John Amos.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, he doesn't care like who he is. He's like, you wronged my daughter, I'm gonna kick your ass.
And so he should. And so he should.
Well, jeez. Sammy. And Dottie's just like, these people are crazy.
Thank you, Mother.
Yes, that's why I miss Madge Sinclair. She's so rich. Gonna trophy the boys in love.
I would like to point out a really boring road name.
Yeah.
Queens Boulevard. Wonder where
Right.
that is. Mind you, I can talk. What's the road called that I live on? Come on, Janine, you know this.
I don't remember.
It's called Manchester Road.
I'm in Fresno. We do have a Fresno Street. We do have a
It's
close.
boring. Get some interest in your names. I know it's New York, and New York is the most boring street name system in the world. It's just utilitarian.
Yeah.
But my God. Queens Boulevard is a little bit...
Basic bitch.
It is. America Street.
And like,
New
this is
York
not really being
Place.
funny anymore. He's actually being like dramatic a little bit.
He is. He's good at dramatic as well, though, isn't he? We know this.
He's only got the one Oscar nomination, though, right?
Eddie Murphy.
For Dreamgirls.
Oh, did he not get? No, that was a Golden Globe. Is it a Golden Globe he got for Dolomite?
Yeah, I think he was snubbed Oscar time for Dolomite.
Hey, look, he's liable to get some more. Why not?
Patrice is a gold digger. Yeah, she kind of is.
Yeah. But how old's Eddie Murphy? Because Eddie Murphy is definitely 40 years older than you think he is. Eddie Murphy's he's like Sam Jackson, isn't he? I bet Eddie Murphy is in his late 60s.
And he has like 12 kids or something like that with
Was
like
he?
three different women. I want to say, I want to say he has an insane amount of children.
Listen to him preaching all this love of one person, Eddie Murphy, and having 80.
He was born in 1961.
Oh no, he's not. Well, 1961. I don't know what year is it, Janine. 2021.
Yeah.
So he's 60 this year. Well, I thought he was 60. Yeah, makes sense. Not Sam Jackson, who's 72, and that's just absurd.
He has 10 children.
We need to calm down then. Nobody. This isn't Victorian London. You
Yeah.
don't need that many children. The world's populous enough, Eddie.
Yeah, he's 10 children. And this totally New York lady. Go on, honey.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're a bit overly stereotypical. Everybody from New York's just going.
Yeah. And this cute little old lady.
I don't think they need to be doing this in public. But that's just me. I don't do anything in public.
Yeah. So miserable. Just want everything to be.
I'm not miserable.
See you next Wednesday. Come on, Lisa.
That little old lady is so happy.
If you're really a prince, I'll marry you.
She's so happy when he gives her that little earring.
Yeah, he gives her those set of earrings.
No, both of them.
Yes. That smile.
At least the flag is a nice flag.
Yeah. What does the flag of Wakanda look like?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question, Janine. What is the flag of Wakanda? I hope it's nice. Because, oh my God, there's some bad flags in the world.
Yeah.
You know, like most United States flags. You know, the states themselves are terrible.
Our flag has a bear on it.
I quite like the California ones, like one of the better ones. The official flag of Wakanda features a Black Panther, funnily enough. Well, red and Black Panther. Well, which one is it? There's 17 here.
Seriously?
Is it that one or is it that one? I guess it's that one. Is it that one or is it that one? Is it that one? Is it that one?
Oh yeah, I do see a
Yeah.
couple of them. Yeah, there's quite-
I'd like to think it's that one.
yeah.
But also like that one.
Oh, I like that one. It's Black Panthers. Why would it be a Red Panther?
No, I don't know. Maybe the Red Panther doesn't sound quite the same.
Yeah.
The power of the Red Panther will be stripped away. It's just,
We'll be
what's the Red Panther? It just sounds like
Mm-hmm.
some sort of blood-covered cat.
Yeah.
Sandwich necklaces are back.
I mean, can you like unsee that now that I've said?
No, I can't. Absolutely not. I'd like to also point out the wedding dress is too much.
Yeah,
It looks like Cinderella, for God's sake. It's too much. You don't need that, do you?
like, yeah.
You need a perfectly simple wedding dress that doesn't have to be 87 meters long, does it?
But it's so pink and sparkly.
It's nothing wrong with. There's nothing wrong with pink and sparkly.
It's very
But it's just too big and long. It is very princessy, admittedly. Yes, it is.
She looks so pretty.
She does. Yes, she does. But now they're having a party.
Cleo McDowell just pops in. I'm not to that part yet. But I can hear your music and see your dancing. There we go. So colorful. Like they have like little powdered wigs on. It's very fairy tale.
Yay!
So
Love
what'd you
it.
think, Billy?
Love it.
What'd you think, Billy? Nah, I love her.
It's great. It is a wonderful movie, Janine.
Yes.
It is. Yay! Applause.
Yay.
Applause. Applause for coming to America. Success!
Such a good movie.
It's so good. It's nice just to sit and watch just something that just puts a smile on your face.
Yes, and a fairly mainstream Black movie.
Entirely Black movie.
Yeah.
And I'm not having, oh, but what about Saul the Jewish man? No! Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy under there.
It is. There's not a white person in the movie.
Except for Louis Anderson, maybe.
Aside from Louis Anderson, that's true. He is white. I've just called him Discount John Candy. But no, it is. It's but you find that with a lot of Eddie Murphy movies, though.
Yeah.
Really, don't you? When you think about it, they're very predominantly Black, which is nice.
Yeah.
You will have to rewatch this many times in the future, Billy. Rightly so. I'm very glad you enjoyed it.
Yes.
It is a
Great
wonderful movie. Billy, who is the greatest boxer in history? Is it Joe Louis? Is it Sugar Ray Robinson? Is it Cassius Clay? Or will you get a smack for even calling him Cassius Clay when you have to call him Muhammad Ali? Or is it Rocky Marciano? Because every white man comes out, pulls Rocky Marciano out their ass. Apparently. I don't do that. If you were to ask me who the greatest boxer of all time is, it would have to be Muhammad Ali, because that's just the obvious answer for me.
Yeah, exactly. Same, because I know nothing about boxing.
As I know little about boxing. I'm more inclined to say Rocky Balboa.
What? That wasn't an autobiography?
Or Apollo Creed. But then you can't really say Apollo Creed, can you? Because then it just gets a little bit sad.
And he died, so that he can't be
Died literally in the ring. Can't be that good, can he? Rocky didn't die.
But did you die?
Did you die?
He did. Okay, that's terrible. But yes, love that movie. Awesome pick. Thank you, Steve, for
Yes, thank you, Steve, for the pick. Last time out. Don't know what we'll be doing for the next watch along, but they'll be in February. Probably, to be honest. Maybe February, isn't it? So there's one of a few ways we can go. We can go romancy movies, Janine.
Mhm.
We can also go black movies if you want, because US Black History Month.
Yes.
Not UK Black History Month. If you want to go UK Black History Month, you go to October. I think it's October. But we could do that. Could do one of each.
We could.
We could do whatever.
Definitely.
But we'll be thinking about it. We'll think about it. So, Billy feels much better now. This is perfect. This is what we are here for.
Thank you for watching with us.
It's all been worthwhile. And I don't mean that in a sarcastic way. I mean it in a truthful way.
Yes.
Because it's true. Yes. Yay. Coming to America. Janine, I guess now is where we have to kind of do all the plugs because it's
Yeah.
a pluggy thing. It's not a pluggy thing, is it? That doesn't make any sense. But thank you everyone for watching Coming to America with us today because it's so much fun and it's made us happy. These watch-alongs are wonderful. They are.
Yeah.
There will be more stuff coming to this YouTube channel once the rebrand comes into effect, which won't be too far off. Don't worry about that. Plenty more stuff coming here to this YouTube channel, but the watch-alongs, the It's a Wonderful watch-alongs, aren't going anywhere. The It's a Wonderful watch-alongs, of course, branded with It's a Wonderful podcast. The It's a Wonderful podcast feed you can find on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcast, Castbox, and everywhere else you may find your podcasts. We have Machine Mondays every Monday with Janine the Machine, talking all her Schmodown related things. And we have the free agency and the draft and all that good stuff on the Schmodown coming up. So that's all fun. We have Morgan Hasn't Seen every Wednesday, where I haven't seen things. Janine picks series for us to watch and show me. And usually they are things she loves and things that I have no concept of. It's always a very funny time, really, on Morgan Hasn't Seen. And then It's a Wonderful Podcast, the main show, of course, every Friday, where we celebrate and show a lot of love to older movies, old Hollywood, old Britain, old everywhere. Just as long as they're old, it works. And by old, we, of course, mean really old, not like some people think that movies from 2002 are now old movies. Get out, go away. That's what I will say all the time to those people. But that is the It's a Wonderful Podcast feed. Janine, we also have the It's a Wonderful Podcast Patreon. What goes on over there?
Yes, please check it out at It's a Wonderful One on patreon.com or just search It's a Wonderful Podcast on Patreon. We have some fun things there. You can vote in polls. We have bonus content. We do fun little videos, fun Sunday live streams with our patrons. I send you monthly artwork. At a certain tier, you get a custom logo. You can help pick topics for our shows. So yeah, please check it out and have fun with us.
Yes, best place to find us all, though, is, of course, mainly on Twitter. The show, the podcast, the It's a Wonderful Podcast on Twitter, at It's a Wonderful One. I am on Twitter at the Purple Don with a 3 instead of the E in the because, Janine.
3 is the magic number.
Or on Instagram at just the Purple Don. All your good stuff is at where?
You can find me at Janine DeBean on Twitter and Instagram. Also, I have a TikTok at Janine DeBean if you want to check that out. I do fun little movie-related things on there. And if you want to get any merch for any of our shows or check out any of my artwork, you can find all of that at my TeePublic shop at G9Design on teepublic.com.
Well, there we go. Yay, success. Watch-alongs, they're so fun. They always put a smile on my face to end my Sunday, Janine, they do. No matter what we're watching. We could be watching the most miserable movie of all time. I still think I'd have fun doing a watch-along. I mean, I don't think the most miserable movie of all time constitutes a good watch-along, really, does it? But
yeah,
you couldn't watch Schindler's List as a watch-along. It'd be a terrible watch-along.
Yeah.
It'd be awful. It'd just be the worst watch-along ever. We have to do fun movies for watch-along. That's what a watch-along is. It's supposed to be fun. There's supposed to be a fun atmosphere. Thank you to those who showed up in the live chat tonight. And of course, thank you to all those watching afterwards and listening to our nonsense while we watch this great movie. But there
Yeah.
we go. I think there's only one thing left to do, Janine. Do you want to do it in whatever damn thing you please?
I'll just keep it simple.
Go for it.
3, 2, 1.
Bye.